If you clicked on this video, it probably means your punches look like this. And it means that you want to know how to make your punches look more like this.
お前はもう死んでいる。
So, with that being said, here are some tips and tricks in order to achieve this. Before that, I would like to make a shout out to @Bribly21 for the suggestion. Now, let's get into today's video. Distance and acceleration. I'm sure most of you are familiar with Newton's law, which defines force as F equals m/d, which is force, mass, acceleration, and distance. The more the distance paired with the speed or acceleration, the harder the punch is. To make sure that your punches have impact, as you can see, the distance and acceleration are vital pieces to take into consideration when trying to make your stick figures harder. What I'm going on about is the first clip I showed you. There was far less distance and acceleration than it seemed that the punch didn't have any power or force. Basically, your stick figure would need to In conclusion, the distance and the acceleration of the arm determines the force impact of the punch. Take these, for instance. It's no wonder why Luffy's punch would hurt so much. Blur and smear effect. This is usually partnered with acceleration. It is usually used to show just how fast the punch is, so the camera cannot track it, thus giving a blurred effect. Depending on your style of animation, you can use either one of them. I usually add blur to my smear, but again, it all comes down to preference. I will demonstrate with the example I was animating in the background. Till then, enjoy this time lapse. Also note to make sure your stick figure has a balanced form, or the stick figure would look unrealistic and Ireland fall. Now, let's move on to the next tip. Camera shake. Okay, so we know how to punch. Now, let's see how to make that punch look more appealing and impactful. Camera shaking after a punch shows how much power was put into it. The more the shake, the more powerful the punch was, and vice versa. However, try not to do too much, or it would look out of place. To do this, you would need to move the camera in any direction, and then back to the original. Here's an example. Impact. Impact is something that can easily be downloaded from the internet at the StickNodes website. It is used to add and simulate wind or shock waves right after a punch connects. Also, it looks more cooler with it than without. Take this combo, for example, and you can tell me which is better. Sound. Sounds can take your animation a whole step further. The kind of sound you use determines the strength and power of the punch. Using the wrong sound on a good animation can make it lose its appeal. Let's say you animated a punch that looked like it was powerful, but then you used a light punch sound. It would immediately look like it was an amateur work, and thus all the work you put into animate would be for nothing. Please try to use the right sounds for better animation. Here is an example of using the wrong sounds. And here is the same animation, but with better sounds. Hope that explained my point, even if it's a little. Now, let's move on to the last tip. Impact frames. I want you guys to take a look at the difference between these animations. Now, Which animation looked better to you? I can't discuss this topic in detail like the others. That's because I recently found out about it. And since then, my eyes have been opened, and I am now seeing them everywhere in anime, and in other stick notes, animation. I made full use of this technique in my last animation. Even if I'm not very good at it yet, I would probably say that it was really helpful and appealing in my animation. Please check it out if you haven't already. Though I can't explain it properly here, I would advise that you look at your favorite animations and anime, and you will see how they use it to emphasize their animations. However, I would advise not to overdo it, as it will look weird. I added it to the last example I gave, and it made it a little bit better. Check it out. Well, guys, that's the end of this video. Hope this helped you understand how to make your punches harder. Please like and subscribe if you found this video helpful. The links to all the projects used in this video are linked down in the description. If I missed anything or you guys have any other tips, please inform me down in the comment section. Alright, till next time, Shadow out.